I sought the Lord, and He answered me, and delivered me from all my fears. May peace reign within the walls of your home, and may prosperity grace the halls of your palaces. In this profound statement from the 122nd Psalm, we discover the inseparable connection between peace and prosperity. Those who find themselves trapped in the illusion of scarcity are engulfed in fear and confusion. They remain unaware to the abundance that surrounds them, missing out on countless opportunities and guidance. A person who embraces peace is one who is fully awake and aware. They possess clarity of vision and act swiftly, never allowing any opportunity to slip through their fingers. Individuals who were once plagued by discord and unhappiness can undergo a complete transformation. Let peace reign within the walls of your understanding. Your understanding serves as the fortress that shields your innermost being. Jesus Christ Himself emphasized the importance of peace and rest. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. His words were directed towards the Christ within, our subconscious mind, where burdens and battles cease to exist. Doubts, fears, and negative images reside within the subconscious realm. It is only our emotions that prevent us from reaping the bountiful harvest of success, happiness, and abundance that awaits us. In the sacred scriptures, we encounter the promise, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. In a similar vein, we could aptly paraphrase it as, I will restore to you the years the emotions have destroyed. People are often tormented by doubts and fears, leading to failure, unhappiness, and disease. Research has revealed that the fear of failure stands as the most powerful of all fears, affecting at least 75% of individuals examined psychologically. Naturally, this fear encompasses various aspects of life, including health, business, finances, love, and overall success. Other significant fears include the fear of darkness, the fear of solitude, and the fear of animals. Some individuals live in constant fear of being misunderstood, while others fear losing control over their own minds. This perpetual state of fear not only affects our mental well-being but also interferes with the functioning of our glands and digestion, often leading to distressing nervous symptoms. Ultimately, fear robs us of our health and destroys our happiness. It is, without a doubt, mankind's worst enemy, as it has the power to attract the very things we fear. Fear is essentially a twisted form of faith, placing our trust in evil rather than good. Why, then, do we allow ourselves to be consumed by fear? Oh, you of little faith! The fearless and unburdened mind has the ability to attract all that is good. Everything you desire or require is already present on your life's path. Even before you ask, the answer is already there. Your desires and needs have already been planted on your journey. Sometimes, a single word can bring about a sudden realization. If you seek information, it will be provided to you. God works in mysterious ways, performing wonders in unexpected places. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem symbolizes peace, and our feet represent understanding. Therefore, it is through understanding that we find ourselves within the gates of peace. But how can one attain peace when their entire life is in turmoil? By affirming it. Although we cannot always control our thoughts, we have the power to control our words, and eventually, the power of our words prevails. Many individuals have attracted disharmony into their lives because they have been fighting their battles and carrying their burdens alone. We must learn to step aside and allow God to harmonize and adjust our situations. The word harmonize is truly fitting, as I have witnessed crooked paths being straightened and adjustments made that no human mind could have conceived. All the riches of the kingdom are at your disposal, if only you grant God the right of way. It has already provided an abundant supply for every need and desire. However, complete trust is essential. If doubt or fear creeps in, your connection with God, the supreme force, is severed. Therefore, If you find yourself consumed by doubts and fears, it becomes imperative to take action that demonstrates your unwavering faith. Faith without action is lifeless. Active faith instills a sense of anticipation in the subconscious, ensuring that your connection with God remains intact. Just as Wall Street vigilantly monitors the stock market, we must diligently observe our faith market. At times, the faith market may experience a decline. Occasionally, it plummets relentlessly until a catastrophic crash occurs, resulting in an unfortunate situation that could have been prevented. We must recognize that we made a mistake by relying on reason instead of intuition. Intuition serves as our infallible guide. By practicing its guidance in small matters, we learn to trust it in significant ones. We are truly living wonderful lives, constantly guided, protected, and provided for. With a realization of the incredible system that God has bestowed upon humanity, all fear dissipates forever. We become unshaken by adverse appearances, just as the early Hebrews understood that Jehovah leads the way, ensuring victory in every battle. May peace reign within your walls and prosperity flourish within your palaces. Peace and prosperity are inseparable companions. Those who love and abide by God's law experience great tranquility, remaining unaffected by any offense. This law is the law of non-resistance. Do not resist evil, instead, conquer it with goodness. Transform all failures into triumphs, scarcity into abundance, and disharmony into serenity. Throughout the Bible, we are repeatedly advised against surrendering to anxiety, fear, or the urge to stockpile. Why? Because there exists an unbeatable, unseen force at our disposal, ready to fulfill our every need. However, we were also warned that this power would remain dormant unless we wholeheartedly believed in it. If you can truly embrace this divine power, then all things become possible. Yet, it is undeniably challenging for humans to place their faith in such a force, as we have been conditioned to doubt. We were taught that wisdom lies in only believing what we can see. We existed in a world obsessed with external circumstances, where we believed everything occurred by chance. Little did we know that behind every event lies a cause, often set in motion by our own actions, leading to either good or evil outcomes on our life's path. We were unaware of the fact that our words and thoughts possess explosive potential, and should be handled with utmost care, guided by wisdom and understanding. We recklessly hurled words of anger, resentment, or self-pity into the vast expanse of the universe, only to wonder why life treated us so harshly. Instead, we should trust in this invisible God power and relinquish all anxiety. Instead, through prayer and thanksgiving, we should openly communicate our desires to God. Could anything be more straightforward or direct? Yet, anxiety and habit have become deeply ingrained within us. The old thought patterns we have constructed in our subconscious cling to us like stubborn bloodsuckers. Established in your subconscious, the firm conviction that your supply comes from God, and it never fails. Man is an instrument for God to work through. God manifests success, happiness, abundance, health, and perfect self-expression through individuals, unless fear and anxiety disrupt this process, make a short circuit. Faith means that you can see yourself receiving all these things that you desire. You can never do a thing you cannot see yourself doing, or fill a place you cannot see yourself filling, not visualizing, making a mental picture. This is a mental process and often brings wrong and limited results. It must be a spiritual realization, a feeling that you are already there, be in its vibration, its flow. Without a clear vision, people perish in lack and limitation. You may work very hard on the external and accomplish nothing, if you are without vision. Vision means to see clearly where you are going. To keep your eye on the goal. All men who have accomplished big things have done this, embraced this principle. When two individuals agree, they can accomplish great things. When you believe in yourself and the power of God within you, fear and anxiety dissipate. You establish a vibration of assurance. This holds true for intuitive individuals. They make every move under divine guidance and never ignore their, still small voice feelings. Consequently, they always find themselves in the right place at the right time. However, it often requires immense courage to follow intuition. Living intuitively means living in the fourth dimension. It is the supernatural path that leads you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of limitations, the house of bondage. It is an invaluable way of life. Embrace these bold principles and let them guide you towards a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment. Never present a mere hunch to someone on the plane of reasoning. Those who possess the ability to truly listen, let them heed their intuitive guidance and promptly obey. Whatever you may ask of God, rest assured that He will grant it to you. This holds true for each and every one of us. However, if we find ourselves lacking in the blessings of life, it is because we have either neglected to ask or have asked in an improper manner. The Bible imparts spiritual laws that we must diligently study and apply from every perspective in order to set the magnificent machinery of asking and receiving into motion. Just like any other machine, it requires proper lubrication and maintenance to function perfectly. Active faith and unwavering anticipation serve as the lubricants that keep the machine of asking and receiving in perfect working order. Here are some of the key lubricants that ensure its smooth operation. When you pray, believe that you have already received what you seek. Do not be consumed by anxiety. Stand firm and witness the salvation of the Lord. Never confine the limitless power of the Holy One of Israel. Remember that realization leads to manifestation. Approach prayer with a spirit of praise and thanksgiving, for some individuals pray while consumed by anger and resentment. God resides within each and every one of us, and we serve as the channels through which He expresses Himself. We must adopt a state of non-resistance, poise, and tranquility, while eagerly expecting our blessings to materialize. We are the receivers, while God is the ultimate giver, and it is His responsibility to create the channels through which His blessings flow. We must recognize that there is indeed an art to praying correctly. God must always have the right of way, following His divine path rather than our own. The moment we make our requests known to God, He already knows the perfect way to fulfill them. However, if we try to dictate how our prayers should be answered, we inadvertently block the channel that God has designed for us. Consequently, we may find ourselves saying, "My prayers are never answered." To avoid this, we must develop a technique of sending out sincere desires, which essentially is a form of prayer. We should release all anxiety and surrender to the divine plan, saying, "If this is in accordance with your will, we will receive it. If not, grant us something equivalent." It is crucial not to force anything that is not part of God's divine plan. We must understand that when we are connected to the power of God, nothing can defeat us. God's ways are ingenious, and His methods are always reliable. Two of the most exquisite psalms, the 23rd and the 121st, evoke a sense of absolute security. These were written by a man who had personally experienced the workings of spiritual law. When we place our trust fully in the God within us, He protects, guides, and provides for us. Unfortunately, many people lose what they cherish most due to their fear of loss. They take every external precaution, failing to trust in God's protection. Instead, we should place whatever we love under the law of divine protection, knowing that God will safeguard it. Let us boldly affirm that God's way is the only way. By surrendering our desires to His divine plan, we open ourselves to the ingenious methods and sure guidance of God. We can find absolute security in the knowledge that the God within us will protect and provide for us when we place our unwavering trust in Him. So, let us release our fears and anxieties, and place everything we hold dear under the law of divine protection. The key to effective demonstration lies in displaying unwavering faith. Picture this: I will pave the way for you, straightening out any obstacles that come your way. I will shatter the impenetrable gates and effortlessly slip through the iron bars. Now, Let's dig into the profound wisdom of the Bible, which speaks of various states of consciousness. These gates of brass and bars of iron symbolize our doubts, fears, resentments, and anxieties. They are products of our own imagination, born from a belief in evil. Doubt and fear act as a tightrope, constricting our ability to think clearly and move forward. Imagine having a clear vision, similar to a man equipped with a compass, who always knows his destination. Allow your intuition to be that compass, guiding you out of the dense forest of confusion. Even without a physical compass, a person led by intuition can navigate their way out of the treacherous jungle or steer a ship across vast seas. It is astonishing how often people overlook their most vital faculty, intuition. On our journey, there is always a message or sign pointing us in the right direction. Sometimes, these signs may appear trivial or even foolish to those solely relying on their intellect. However, a truth student keeps their spiritual ear attuned to the divine, recognizing that they are receiving guidance from God, the Infinite. The Bible frequently mentions the still small voice, which is not a literal voice, although occasionally, it may manifest as actual words resonating within our inner being. When we seek guidance and set aside our rational thinking, we tap into the boundless universal supply of knowledge. Anything essential for us to know will be revealed. While some individuals possess natural intuition and are constantly connected to universal intelligence, affirmations enable us to consciously establish contact. Prayer is similar to telephoning God, while intuition is God reaching out to us. However, many individuals miss these divine messages due to their preoccupied minds. When we are discouraged, angry, or resentful, our minds become occupied, hindering our ability to hear the voice of intuition. You may have heard the saying, "I was so mad I couldn't see straight." We could also say, "I was so mad I couldn't hear straight." Negative emotions drown out the voice of intuition. During moments of discouragement, anger, or resentment, it is crucial to affirm the truth in order to escape the depths of despair and limitation. As it is written, "Whosoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be delivered." There is always a way out. We must relinquish our plans, schemes, and plots, allowing infinite intelligence to solve our problems in its own remarkable way. God's power is subtle, silent, and unstoppable. It can level mountains, fill valleys, and knows no defeat. Our role is to prepare ourselves for the blessings that await and follow the guidance of our intuition. Now, we grant infinite intelligence the right of way, acknowledging its supreme authority and wisdom. Remember, Philippians 4:6-7, don't worry about anything, instead, pray about everything, tell God your needs, and don't forget to thank Him for His answers. If you do this, you will experience God's peace, which is far more wonderful than the human mind can understand. His peace will keep your thoughts and your hearts quiet and at rest as you trust in Christ Jesus. Peace. Make each day a blessed day, in the name of Jesus.